What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the What We Gonna Do podcast. I am your host, AJ. I'm gonna tell y'all right now I'm on one. I've been sipping a little bit. I don't even know how long this is gonna go. I'm just freestyling. I got some feedback, from my people out there, so I'm gonna definitely share, some comments that I got. I posed a question, to get some answers. So, like I said, I'm pretty much just gonna freestyle it. I hope everybody is doing well. Hope y'all had a good Memorial Day weekend. Ate a bunch of food. Gained 10 pounds. Yes, everybody gained a little bit of weight. It is what it is. Let me get through the introductions, before I forget. Again, I am your host, AJ. You can find me on social media. That's Twitter and Instagram at What We Gon' Do Pod. That's GONE. If you would like to email me, send me an email, whatwegondo@gmail.com. That's my email. Send me any questions, any comments, any concerns, feedback. Send all of that information there. If you are thinking about starting a podcast and you would like to get a free 30 days of unlimited hosting, go to podbean.com/whatwegondo. Help me help you. If you would like to support the show for $1, you can feed the children. $1 gets you in the door. Go to patreon.com/whatwegondo and support. Also, make sure you comment, retweet, share, like, review on iTunes. Give me all of that good stuff too, and I'm going to mention that again once we get closer to the end of the podcast. All right. Right now I'm on a little bit of rum, so if you hear me slurring a little bit, it's because I don't think I'm slurring. I don't know. I took some medicine, plus I drank. I know you ain't supposed to do that, but I'm kind of hard-headed, so I just be doing shit and just trying to really see like if it's really going to fuck with me or not, because I needed to take the medicine anyway. So I did. I am in a good place, but this came about just out of some negative energy. And I was like, damn, man, I got a lot of thoughts on this. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get them all out, but I want to talk to a few of them because that question again, why cheat? It just, came to me today, literally, hit me right in the face. It's just like, why cheat? So I'm gonna jump right into it. I don't think I really got nothing else to go over. Nothing special, hope y'all enjoyed the last episode. Hope y'all have subscribed and checked out everything. Anyway, let me move on. And I'm gonna go through some of these, feedback and things that I got from asking that question. Probably at the end, so bear with me. Like I said, I'm just freestyling. So, out the gate, I have not cheated, whether I was single or in a relationship. Let me throw that out there. So I'm coming from a perspective of a guy who has not cheated. Now, I've seen it in movies, heard about it, and all this other stuff, but I'm more so on the other side of it. I think I've dealt with my mom dealing with cheating, other individuals I know dealing with cheating, other individuals I know that are cheaters or have been cheaters, so on and so forth. So, I've been around it. I feel like I'm well informed on cheating, but I haven't done it myself. It's not really something I wanted to do. I feel like maybe before I got married, I possibly cheated on somebody, but I feel like me and whoever it was is already broken up. I don't really remember. I think we was already broken up, but like I said, that was a long time ago. I was a kid. Whoop-de-whoop, poopity scoop, poop. I ain't listened to that song. I just have heard people repeat the lyrics so fucking much, and I thought that was kind of funny. So anyway, most of my friends would say that I'm a good guy. You know, they would say, man, you are a good man. You're a good husband. To have been married, it'll be 9 years on the 20th, and to not have cheated. I would say that I am a strong man, but I am also slightly afraid, and I'm also not somebody that really wants to do that. I have been opposed to cheating for as long as I can remember. I always felt like, you might as well leave instead of cheating. It just doesn't really make any sense to me, especially if you are what I consider a habitual cheater, somebody who cannot stop cheating, somebody who is addicted to cheating. I feel like you might as well just get out of that situation, or you deserve when that shoe is on the other foot. I don't understand individuals who can cheat and then they are so upset, mostly men, are so upset when the woman decides to do the same thing. Now, again, that's going to get off into a whole other conversation with men and this hyper masculinity and just a lot of stupid shit. It don't really make no sense to me. I have never agreed with the whole cheating for women is emotional, cheating for men is physical. I don't believe that, because I feel like pleasure is an emotion, to my knowledge. It is something that you feel. It makes you feel good. And how is that any different from love or whatever other feeling that possibly a woman could have? It's still, at the end of the day, you get some type of feeling out of it. Any men who say that they can do it without feeling are lying. Now, maybe for the guys who can just do it once and move on to the next chick. Obviously, we know some guys get hooked onto a chick, and they got some bottom bitches that they continue to fuck, and they got some people they can call up. That is feelings. If you have a chick that you always smashing, and you would feel some type of way if she was no longer available for you to smash, that's feelings. If you do it just out of impulse and passion and whatever in the heat of the moment, what is that? Is that not feelings? That's not just physical. When I think of physical shit, I really be thinking like you get no pleasure out of it. That's my thought. If you want to say it's just physical. If it's just physical, then you get no pleasure out of doing it. You get nothing out of doing it. You get no feelings out of doing it if it is just physical. That's my thoughts on that matter. But guys obviously still getting their feelings about a woman stepping out. Now, they can sit here and justify them doing everything under the sun. Mary, Sue, Lou May, Fanny, I know them all as like some old ass names. Ashley, whatever names you want to input. Guys can justify like why they can do everything under the book, but women cannot do the same thing, especially not a woman of ours. It's so funny how a guy can say, she better forgive me, or I expect her to forgive me, and I can understand if she forgives me, and also say, I couldn't forgive her. I would break up with her. Anytime you ask guys, what would you do if your girl cheated? Man, I'll leave her. I'll leave her, man. What would you do if she cheated on you? You know what I mean? Man, she know what we've been through. She know what it is, and it's always like the dumbest shit that comes out of a lot of guys' mouth. The logic just doesn't make any sense. Why is it when the shoe is on the other foot, it's the wrong shoe? It don't fit the person, and it can't work that way. It only works in my favor as a man. The rules only apply and are extended, and there are exceptions for men and there are none for women. I don't care whatever your rules are. Define it however you define it. Cheating. Cheating to me is physical cheating. The other shit you can kind of bypass. It'll probably piss you off, but I feel like until it gets physical, I'm talking about fucking. Let's just say fucking. Head. Kissing is kind of like some kitty type of shit. You probably can let that slide. You know, maybe some fondling is some kitty type of shit. Conversation is some kitty type of shit. A lot of that shit, whether it be Facebook Messenger or DMs or whatever, there's a lot of like kitty shit. Gifts, you know, it'll probably be shit that'll make you upset, but I don't know if that's necessarily a deal breaker. I don't even care if there's a history. For me personally, it's definitely fucking. It's definitely cheating. There is no question marks about that. Fucking is 100% cheating. Sucking a nigga dick is 110% cheating. Letting a nigga eat your pussy or ass is 110% cheating. And I don't eat ass. I am just saying it because that's what the fuck all of you new people talk about. That is 110% cheating. Some of the other shit, I don't know. I would really have to think about, and we'll kind of, you know, circle back around to that and me personally as far as it relates to my wife. Now, again, I don't really come from that. I saw the ramifications of individuals cheating, and I just made a decision to not do that. I would rather just not be with you. I don't really have time to play games. I don't really have time to hide shit and cover something up. And this is, again, when I was single, I felt this way. And I feel this way even more so now as a married man. Like, yo, I don't really have time for that. Anytime I was messing with multiple females, everybody knew what was going on. I put it out in the open. I do not like drama. So if I'm dating you, we are dating. You are not my girlfriend. If I don't claim you or we don't claim each other, then we are not in a relationship. We are just dating. We are just fucking. We are whatever the fuck we are, but we are not in a relationship. So with that being said, I can and will do whatever the fuck I want to as long as we are not in a relationship. There are no rules. There is no exclusivity. And I know y'all will be like, well, define this and define that. Let's save that for another episode. Let's specifically keep it on cheating. So in my mind, unless we are in a committed relationship or married, it's not cheating. I can do whatever I want. When we are together and I am doing that, it is cheating. I feel that it is cheating. I feel like it's cheating for a woman. And it is cheating for a man. There's no gray area. That is it. Cut and dry. I mean, again, like I said, there are some exceptions. But when I say cheating, what I consider cheating and what I've already outlined, that is cheating once you are in a relationship. I also feel like anything that you're doing that's a little fishy, that the other person isn't aware of, is kind of unfair. I feel like you are putting them in a false sense of reality by living your life, doing whatever you want to do, and they don't have that same freedom. Essentially, you control their narrative and you've painted this picture, and you can paint them into a box because they can get so invested in you emotionally and physically because you have omitted or lied about key pieces of information that may have changed their mind, that may have changed their path, that could have put them in a different situation and space with you. Maybe it could have put them in a better space. Maybe being open and honest would have been helpful, and they would have been like, yeah, go do whatever you want to with whatever females you want to. Go do whatever you want to, whatever niggas you want to, da-da-da-da. As long as you know that I'm going to do the same thing. Because niggas is not going to, they ain't going to take no shorts on that. It's definitely going to be an equivalent exchange. Niggas is not going to be like, oh, you get a free pass And I'm going to be cool with it. Negative. Niggas is not playing that shit. So anyway, like I said, I'm freestyling this. So however it come out is however it come out. So I always was just like, okay, I would rather not be in a relationship with you. It's like, if I don't want to be in a relationship, I don't want to be in a relationship. If I want to be in a relationship, I want to be in a relationship. I know y'all would be like, oh, that's selfish, this, that, and third, but typically I am the initiator. So when I say these things, it's more so I'm initiating, okay, we are a thing. And or I am not initiating it, or I am saying no to you saying that we are a thing or that you would like to become a thing. It's one way or the other. Either I'm agreeing with it or I am not agreeing with it. And you can't put me into something that I don't agree with. Any women that do that, that's stupid anyway. That's stupid on y'all. If your nigga has not agreed to whatever situation y'all got, that is your fault. That is 110% on you. You know why? Because you should have known better when a nigga did not agree to the terms and conditions of y'all relationship or situationship. You should have known better. If the nigga can't agree to that, then why would you have expectations that he is not doing this? It doesn't make any sense. Those things don't correlate. This and that typically should go together. But if he ain't doing that, then you can't expect this. Same thing goes that way for females. Fellas, women, in my opinion, are the biggest liars in the world. Men are probably the worst liars in the world. Women are definitely the biggest. I don't care what y'all got to say. Women know they can lie. Y'all can tell some white lies. Y'all can tell some big lies. Y'all can weave a web of fine silk, thread, whatever the hell you want to call it. Women are the best liars. It's almost like that shit is natural for y'all. Niggas is terrible. Niggas snitch on themselves all the time. The whole snitches get stitches and this, that, and the third. Niggas be telling. And it's not like a gossipy type of thing. Niggas just get too caught up, and I don't know, maybe it is like a gossipy type of thing, or maybe niggas is just stupid. This is why I never did that, man. I was like, yo, I don't have time for that. I would rather you know what we are and you know what it is, and then you can make your decisions accordingly. One thing I never did was say that stuff only applies to me and it doesn't apply to you. If I know that you ain't my girl, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Just don't bring nothing back to me. Don't bring me no diseases. Don't bring me no... You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, I'm cool with that. I'm not going to hold the pussy hostage. You know what I mean? I'm not going to hold the dick hostage. Like, it's just like, yo, if you are... And when I say hold my dick hostage, like, I'm not going to be sitting here not fucking with other females, so I can't expect you to not fuck with other niggas. It's like, I would think that that is natural. And I apologize, I may be getting forward and backward away from the mic or whatever, but that's natural. I never was one of them guys, man. I'm not that possessive. It's a lot of possessive guys that feel like they have some level of ownership over. Like, it's just like you conquer some type of land. It's like they you know what I mean? And this is, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just that brute nature where they feel like this is my land and you can't cross it, you can't touch it, you can't look at it. No, we can't barter nothing. This is mine, and that is the end of story. I am the king, and I am the king alone. There cannot be another king. There is no me not being the king. I am the king until I relinquish my own crown. I disagree with all of that. I feel like women and men should have equal rights when it comes to the fuckery. If you are allowed to do the fuckery, that other person should have that same ability. They should be able to have little side conversations and little secret messages and get little gifts and fuck whoever they want, do whatever they want. Essentially, whatever you condone in your life, you should condone for that person. It is wrong for you to hide and conceal that stuff and limit that person from experiencing the things that you are experiencing. Now, some niggas feel like, hey man, I got this pussy trained, you know what I mean? I can't let no other nigga dip his cup in my fucking water. I got this pussy on a leash, you know what I'm saying? She was a virgin, now she ain't no virgin. Now that, I gotta keep her in under wraps, you know what I mean? I gotta keep her like Kylie Jenner, and Tiger. I know that's probably wrong, because that nigga Tiger was damn near like 10 years older than that girl. But anyway, there's some niggas that feel that way. And I be talking to them and I be like, bro, how do you do that? Like, how do you do that? How do you sit here and just stake your claim and possess this woman, and then y'all women be falling for it? Y'all know something ain't right with these niggas. Niggas don't be picking up their phones. These niggas don't take y'all nowhere. It's just like you ain't never seen a nigga mama. You ain't never met the nigga friends. And y'all really be holding pussy for this one stupid nigga. And I be like, yo, what? No. You need to be out there and be free, girl. You need to live your life and give it up to somebody else. I'm telling you, when women start doing that shit, niggas get their lives together. I used to love women that would be honest about their sexuality. That would be honest about they fucking, they sucking, they doing this, that, and the third. Now, I know y'all be like, oh, that means she a hoe, da-da-da-da-da. No. I don't mean women that go out here and put it on a poster board like it's for sale. I mean that if you are having a conversation with them, they don't bullshit with you. They don't sugarcoat with you. They tell you what it is. Like, yo, I'm doing this, and this. I want this, and this. And this is what it is. And you can look at that woman for face value and you can say, okay, I want to fuck with you or I don't want to fuck with you. But I know what I'm getting into at face value and I can judge for myself. So that's kind of like my thoughts, at least, from a younger me. That's kind of my thoughts and some little ramblings here and there, but that was, let's say prior to marriage, and even going into marriage, I still know guys who got this, and I really be talking to them like, bro, I don't understand, like, that doesn't make any sense, and I really be trying to get them to understand, and it's like, yo, do right by that woman. Treat that woman right. I'm just like, yo, if this is the one and you know that she won't do that to you, and you also know that even if you cheat on her, she probably won't leave you, stop cheating. Stop cheating, my nigga. Like, that shit is crazy, man. You got a bottom chick that'll do anything for you. That's whatever you want her to be, hopping up, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And she won't leave you and she know you done cheated on her, whatever. That well is going to run dry. And you going to turn that girl into something that she is not. You're going to turn that woman into something else, man. So it's like, bro, stop cheating on her. Stop doing wrong by her. Do her right. I vehemently believe that what goes around comes around, and you niggas are gonna get yours one day. And I hope that everybody who put bad out get bad back into their lives. I hope that if you cheat on people and you cheated on 50 people, I hope you get cheated on by 50 people. I feel like everybody deserves a dose of their own medicine. Sometimes people don't learn. I feel like you deserve to be with people that are like you. You deserve whatever you get when this good woman is gone. Women, you deserve whatever man you get whenever that good man is gone. You deserve it because you fucked it up big time. So anything that come into your life after that, I know some people be like, you know what? I gotta turn around. I change a new leaf. I feel like whatever you are, you deserve to get in return. Good or bad. I would hope more good than bad. So you better evaluate how you live in your life. But I definitely believe in the transference of getting whatever energy again you put into the world, getting that shit back. I believe in that 110%. So it's like, yo, don't cheat on her, fellas. Just do right. Women, don't cheat on your nigga. Just do right. I don't give a fuck if the other nigga got money, if the nigga got this, if the nigga got that. It's like, yo, don't cheat on that man. Be faithful to that man. Do right by that man, because one day the shoe is going to be on the other motherfucking foot. And I mean it in a good way. And you going to be in a bad situation. And I know it's a lot of people that are so-called good girl gone bad, good boy gone bad. Yes, that is a reality. There are real people who are like that, where they were this, they were that, they got cheated on, or whoop-de-woo. Now they done flipped and switched to the other side. I get that. And for y'all people specifically, I just hope that you guys give it another opportunity. I hope that you don't take everybody you encounter and run them through the mud or take them for granted. Be aware of who's in front of your eyes and the prizes that you guys and gals have. Don't miss out on that opportunity. And then you're going to be looking back in time and being like, damn, I was young, I was dumb, I did this, I did that. All that shit, hindsight is always 20/20. And ain't no going back. Ain't no looking at it, ain't no reevaluating it. What's done is done, and you are now in the place that you are. Whether you remarried or you got into an abusive relationship or got with somebody that's an alcoholic or somebody that was on drugs, whatever the case may be, it is what it is. Women always say, they wonder where all the good men at. What happened to the good men? The good men got tired of the bullshit. The good men went ahead and got married. And then good is like a flowing river. It changes its path. It's just good is something that, there's no definitive way to just put a finger on it. It's just, you gotta not be on that bullshit. And I know that there is a time and place for everything. I would ask that some of you men and women, you better wake the fuck up before you are out of time. So you better use and deal with whatever person you dealing with, and keep them, be faithful to them, do right by them. Otherwise, you may not get that opportunity again. And you never know what snake ass nigga or snake ass female might be sliding in while you fucking up or neglecting them, not giving them whatever they want, you know what I'm saying? Boom, and stuff like that. So, marriage. And then I'm going to get into specifically, I guess, why cheap. But let me talk about marriage a little bit. So, again, I kind of mentioned earlier, my friends call me a good man. And I've definitely been tempted. Temptation Island. Me and my friends used to joke about it. It's like Temptation Island. For whatever reason, once you get married or get into a relationship, most fellas will say this. I don't know if this applies to women. Maybe it applies to women too, but it's like, yeah, I think it applies to women too, because women talk about how old niggas come back, old flames, whatever the case may be, but it's just like, it's like moths to a flame. It's like bees to honey. There is something about getting into a relationship. I promise, every time in my life that I got into a relationship, it was like the damn floodgates open. It was like, all these women came from out of nowhere. Beautiful, beautiful. And I was just like, yo, where was you in the summer of '02? Where was you in the summer of '05? What about in '06, '07, 2000? Where were you? Oh, I was right over here. I went to this school. I transferred from here. I'm like, man, you're a fucking lie. That shit used to piss me off, man. It was just like, yo, this is the craziest shit in the world. The times that I really wanted a chick and wanted to settle down, I couldn't find the right one or whatever. And then when I finally get into a situation, you women come out of nowhere. And Lord, it is some beautiful women in the world. I love women. I love women. I especially love black women. And I'm saying that present tense, not past tense. like I said, I've been sipping, so hopefully that don't get me in trouble. But you know, I asked somebody like about lusting, about liking, about looking, about attraction, and does that ever go away? And I've asked several married men who've been married X amount of years, like, does that go away? And they say no. They say it's natural. You're a man. The difference is self-control and you acting on that. Now, just because you're a man and you got hormones or whatever the case may be, that does not give you the right to act upon them. And I believe that. I believe you're just a wild animal if you cannot control yourself and contain yourself. I don't care what environment you're in. You should have a great level of self-control. That is like a virtue, to have control of self, your mind, your body. That is a great thing to have. Some people have to work way harder than others. I've gotten to a great place with mine. Because again, I don't know if it's fear. Well, it's a little bit of fear. A little bit of don't want to love, whatever the case. Like, there are several things, but that just ain't never been my thing or whatever. So, like I said, my friend said I'm a good man. This is why. Me and my wife, we done been through a lot of stuff. Stuff that I would probably never get into in a public forum, but we done been through a lot of stuff. Again, I have never cheated on my wife. I have been faithful to my wife. Have I thought about it? Hell fucking yeah. Multiple times. I done planned it out. I could have got away with it so many different ways, but I never got that far. I didn't do numbers. I didn't cross that threshold or get, house invites. I never let myself get to that point. It's just I kind of kept those thoughts to myself. I never acted upon them. Even times where I had space and opportunity. Wife was out of town, no kid, or before I had a child. Different situations where I could have done something, and I would tell my wife, if I wanted to, I would. Women, they don't believe shit, but you women better listen, and you men. Sometimes that person is really telling you the truth, and you are projecting shit onto them, and eventually they gonna do that shit and prove you right. Like, oh, you think I'm a cheater? You want me to be a cheater? You believe that I'm doing this? You always accusing me of something? Da-da-da-da-da. And they gonna do that shit. Sooner or later, this is what people believe. People believe that if you get tempted enough, eventually you're gonna break. You get enough DMs and pictures and sweet talking, and your wife or your man piss you off enough, you gonna slip and slide. I would advise you not to do that, to have some level of self-control, to value your relationship and the person that you're with, to value your relationship as a husband and a father if you have kids, to value those things and think about the potential ramifications that they would have. Cheating is fleeting. It is a temporary fix and not a permanent solution. It's not going to be the fix-all. That shit is going to wear off. And you either going to feel bad or you going to want to do that shit again. It's only two ways for that shit to go. You know what I'm saying? But it is not a permanent fix. You need to work on the root issues. You need to look at the real stuff that is causing you to act a certain way, that is causing you to think a certain way, that is causing you to do a certain way. You really got to focus on that and be like, hold on, let me reel this back and let me evaluate these things. I know I got off onto another tangent, but like I said, so me and my wife, we've been through a whole bunch of stuff. And I've had all these opportunities to do it, and I didn't do it. And my friends is like, bro, if I went through all the stuff that you went through, I would have cheated. If I did this, I would have cheated. I would have cheated. I would have did this. I would have did that. Now, this is not them telling me to cheat. Let's be clear. Well, not all of them, at least. Even if it's jokingly or whatever. But that's something I don't even joke about. Like, I don't want to be associated with dudes that's cheating on their girlfriends or wives. I don't even want to affiliate with you or nothing like that. Like, I can't be around you. I can't be cool with you. Stay away from negative influences, people. If you are a married person, you got to quit hanging out with single folks. If you're a married person, you got to quit hanging out with other married people that cheat. If you are in a relationship, you got to quit hanging out with single people. And what I mean by that is not cut it off cold turkey. What I'm saying is be mature about your relationships. If you know that hanging out with these people is going to put you in a situation where you're around females and it's you and they got a third, and it's like, bro, save yourself. Women, save yourselves from being put in those awkward situations. And that's nothing to play around with. Literally, that could really get people hurt. I don't give a fuck who trying to get you to bring that. I don't give a fuck who trying to get you to be they wingman or they wing woman. No, don't play like that. Don't do none of that funny shit. Don't be sitting here flirting with a nigga, playing with a nigga, and you got a whole husband, you got a whole man. You need to stay as far away from that bullshit as you can. Don't play them type of games, and don't be around motherfuckers who would even engage you or put you in situations where they want you to play them type of games. Those people are not people you should be around. If anything, they should have grabbed another single motherfucker. They should have grabbed whoever else. Why would you intentionally go grab the married person and put them in an uncomfortable position or whatever? And again, they could be tempted. Temptation is real. This is not no fairy tale made up shit. Temptation is real and it does exist. So don't play around with no stuff like that. I don't do nothing like that. Don't put me in no uncomfortable situations. Don't have me in somewhere you didn't give me all the details. You didn't give me all the information. I'm not playing those games. Don't even try to set me up. I'm good. I'm good with my wife. I'm good with my marriage. I will deal with it how I deal with it, and I will deal with my wife. I'm not finna deal with another motherfucker which is going to supposedly help me deal with my marriage. Again, I'm telling you fellas, I'm telling you women, that shit is not a solution. And all of this thinking that, oh, they gonna marry me and they gonna do me better and they gonna, women and men, it's generally some bullshit. It might be a few people. It might be a few, but I really can't condone that. I really can't say that unless somebody is being abusive to you or they just drugs, whatever it is. I cannot condone an exception to say this is when it's okay to cheat. No, I can't say that. I never think it's okay to cheat. I think that you should not be with that person. You should distance yourself from that person. You should divorce that person. You should break up with that person. If you have these feelings that are so strong that you cannot control them and you want to do something, and this person is an afterthought and they are no longer in that position to where you have them under your consideration when you're going in to make certain decisions, you probably don't need to be with that person. And you can call it a weak moment. I think that is very telling. I think that there is a line that should not be crossed ever. And if you can find yourself crossing that line, then you need to really reevaluate your relationship and that person that you are with, because love and caring and thoughtfulness should stop you from doing certain shit. Period. If you really care about that person that you're with, if you really care about your child, if you really care about the influence you are, maybe you're just an influential person to other people in general, your sisters, you got people that are looking up to you in your relationship. If you are really that person, you got to live that shit. Otherwise, you need to evaluate if what you are doing is genuine and if you need to move on into a different phase of life and into a different situation. So, my friends know, and even before I got married, they know, don't play with me like that. Like, I don't do that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it like, oh, I'm so great and I'm perfect. And me and my wife go through it. I do my bad shit too, but that's one thing that I don't do. I feel like that's just not nothing to play with. And I feel like it's nothing you can ever come back from. Once you've been in somebody or somebody's been inside of you, you can forget over time, but I don't feel like that's energy that it's ever fully released. Like, it's always gonna be there. Like, it happened. You can't hit the undo button. I don't care if it's just somebody eating you out or somebody just sucking your dick, fellas. It is really just not something to come back from. And I think that you shouldn't even play it. You shouldn't tiptoe around it. You shouldn't put your feet in the water. You shouldn't cross the line. You shouldn't test the water. None of that shit. Stay as far away as you can. If you start noticing red flags, that's when you need to reel it back. If you notice that the flirting is starting to get to a certain point, you need to cut that shit off. You need to nip that shit in the bud. You need to be a fucking adult and not play those types of games with people. Don't lead people on. Don't influence people and put people on, and then you gotta let them down hard. You gotta do this and you gotta do that. They might fuck around and get you. Like, all that little playful flirting and shit, you might think it's like that, and then you fuck around and get caught up. You know what I mean? It go to this, and it lead to this, and it lead to that. And that's how I look at it. It's like, again, it's like drugs, man. It can lead to another thing and another thing and another thing if you open that door. Me, I don't open that door. That door stays shut firmly. All right? Now, again, am I perfect? No. Do I get tempted? Hell fucking yeah. Do I have self-control? Hell fucking yeah. Sorry for all that cussing, but I have a lot of self-control. I'm a grown-ass man, and I've been working on this. I don't know what the fuck you say when you meditating or whatever, but I have a lot of self-control. So I know what to do and what not to do or whatever. And I know when it's time for me to really like take it back and chill out and not let somebody get invested and not play with somebody's feelings like that. I feel like cheating is it's not good for anybody. It's not good for the person that you're cheating with, and it's not good for the person that you're cheating on, and it's not good for you personally. It's just not good all the way around. It's nothing positive. I don't care if you bust a nut, 10 nuts, it's nothing positive to come out of that. And I definitely feel like the numbers are against you. All of this grass greener on the other side, and you thinking that, oh, your slut bucket or this chick that you fucking with or this dude that's dicking you, that he'll do whatever you won't pay. If you thinking that is going to carry over, if you eventually decide to leave your relationship, again, I think you're a fool. I think 9 times out of 10, you are a fucking fool if you get so caught up to where you really believe that this can be a full-time reality. You're an idiot. Dealing with someone 24/7 is unlike anything else in the world. And if you can find a motherfucker that can deal with you and put up with your funky ass, you better figure out how to figure it out. Because not everybody is willing to deal with you, men and women. Not everybody is going to put up with your shit. Not everybody is going to allow you to cheat. Not everybody is going to allow you to do whatever the fuck you want to do, whenever the fuck you want to do it, and be okay with that. So you better be appreciative of the person that you have while you have them. Why cheat? I think that, again, temptation and emotions get the best of us. You know what they said in Best Man, ain't nothing better than some pussy except some new pussy. And that's just like the motto. You know, any of us who grew up in that era that saw the first Best Man, not Best Man Holiday for all of you young folks. I'm talking about the Best Man, the classic, all right, the original. If you saw that movie and then you heard that statement, and you know what that mean, and you know what that feel like, you know what I mean? You like, oh man, I felt that. Like, I believe that. I subscribe to that church. I know it sounds bad, but that is a way of life, and that is thinking for a lot of people. Same thing for females too. Whatever they not getting from this one, I don't care what it is. I'm not finna just narrow it down and say, well, most of the time it's emotions. Most of the time it's money. Most of the time it's this. Whatever it is that leads you onto another man's penis, I am telling you, it is a slippery slope. Why cheat? Just don't do it. I feel like cheating is a temporary fix. You have other underlying issues. I don't care if you got daddy issues, mama issues, family issues, brother issues, whatever it is. Issues with relationships, who didn't hurt you, who didn't did this, that, and the third. It is a temporary fix. And what do people say? It's like a moment of clarity. Once you get that nut, women, once you have an orgasm, you look at that nigga differently. Don't lie. You look at that nigga a little bit differently once you get that orgasm. Niggas, I know. Once y'all get that nut, you come to your fucking sense. You be, hey, what? Hello? Who? Huh? What? You come to your senses quick, like you snap back out of that shit, like, oh, I done fucked up. Oh, goddamn, I done slipped up. Lost in the sauce. What the hell am I doing? You wake up real quick. And that's what happens to most people. Now I feel like, again, there are people that can just go over that limit and they don't have, no care. Those are people you got to watch out for. Those are people you definitely have to stay away from. And which is why I think it's good to know, has a person cheated? To know about their history. How you gonna know where you going if you don't know where you come from? It don't matter what they did when they was 17. It don't matter what they did when they was 21. It don't matter what they did in 2017. Yeah, it fucking matter. All you fools out there that think y'all can have this happy relationship, a lot of people, when they really get to a certain point, this is what happens. They buried it. They hid it. They didn't talk about it. So guess what? You are creating a sleeping giant, ready to be awakened at any moment in time. Those skeletons in your closet, ready to get up, and I'm talking about get to dancing, get to moving on your ass. Because you didn't address them. You didn't clearly communicate. And it's not a bad thing. Give those people a choice. Do I want to fuck with you or do I not? Well, they shouldn't be able to judge my character. They should judge me by how I look. They should judge me by this. That's this, that. No, they not right for judging me like that. The person that wants to be with you will be with you, regardless, in my opinion. They're going to take that information and they're going to make a decision. You don't want to be with the person that doesn't want to be with you, not the fake you, not the bullshit you, not the made up you. You don't want to be with a person that don't want to be with you. You want to be with a person that wants to be with you. Yes, you can change. You can get better. But the proof is always in the fucking pudding. I don't want to hear that you just stopped cheating yesterday and you done and you ain't never going to do it again and you cold turkey. That is some, most people, fuck no, you're not done. Fuck no, what? Yes, you're going to do it again. Hell yeah, you're going to do it again and again and again and a few more times down the line. So, give it to me on an even plane. This is what people want. People want honesty. Again, people want it. Everybody can't deal with it. But give it to me straight. Lay it out on the table for me, especially if I ask you. Don't sugarcoat it. Because if I'm going to fuck with you, I'm going to fuck with you regardless. And that's what I live by. Even back in college, it was like, yo, this is what it is. Now, either you rocking with me or you ain't. One girl, and I think I said it in another podcast, she told me, I don't know if you lying to me or telling me the truth, but I like it. And I was like, damn, that's power. But I said, hey, I'm telling you the truth. I'm not lying to you. So I've talked a little bit about why I cheat. Talk a little bit about my thoughts when I was younger, my thoughts as a married man, as a so-called good man.
I just want to be a good man to you, girl. That's all I want to be. Hey, that's all I want to be.
guy. You know, and even things that I've told my friends that's nothing to play around with. Why? You know what I mean? And then dudes, just don't do it, man. Don't put her through that. Don't put your kid through that if you got kids. Like, don't be with that person. Make it easier. That's gonna be hard. It's crazy how it's easier to cheat on somebody and try to stay with them and make up all these lies than it is to separate from them and live your fucking life, and both of y'all can potentially be happy. That's how I always think about it. You are giving each other a chance to potentially be happy, opposed to you continually being miserable and you have to find some way out. Now, there are people who are nymphomaniacs, who are sex addicts, and yes, they can go to programs. Yes, black people, get counseling. If you're going to stay with that person, get some type of counseling. Don't try to do it all on your own. There is help. There is help. Men, don't be so closed off. Niggas are not proud of cheating unless other niggas are clapping for them. When niggas ain't celebrating your bullshit, dudes don't want to talk about it. They don't want to share that with a nigga that's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not fun. It's not a achievement when they're around other types of niggas. Women, I would assume the same thing. There's nothing cool about that. You don't get any cool points. You probably want your shit to be out in the open, but because you cheating, you can't just put all that shit out in the open. You can't talk about it on social media. What type of life is that to live? And I know a lot of y'all is like, hey, I'm having fun, I'm enjoying life. But guess what? You are taking something away from that other person. You are costing that other person. And everybody say, oh, it don't mean nothing if it's different zip codes. It don't mean nothing if they don't know about it. It do, because I believe that stuff is like in the air, man. It's just spirit. It's in the energy. Like, whew, that shit transfers, man. And you're going to notice things happening in your life when you don't get your life right. So I say get it right. Alright, I done kind of rambled long enough. And now let's move on to some comments, from me asking this question. Hopefully I wrap that up. I'm trying to think that I forget about anything when it comes to the cheating. Would I take somebody back that cheated on me? Yes. When I was younger, I said I would not. Once I got married, I changed my mind. I'm not going to tell y'all the story, but yes, I would. And again, it's not because I cheated. I think that you really have to look at the person that you are with. And you have to look at what's the chances of this shit happening again? And can I deal with it if it happens again? And you got to make the decision for yourself. I asked other people who were engaged or married, I said, man, what would you do if your girl cheated on you? And the guys said, man, I would take, it was funny enough, the few guys I did ask, and these are guys, sensible guys, said they would take her back. They would deal with it or whatever. And I'm not finna say, oh, it take a strong man. I don't know about all that shit, man. I think it just different strokes for different folks, man. That's some shit you really gotta be able to put up with as a man and be able to suck that shit up and calm your pride. I would say the same thing for women, like to know that, your guy has been in somebody else. I mean, I can feel for you and feel your pain or whatever when you know somebody that cheated on you or whatever. So I think that it varies, but me personally, yeah. I didn't say that before I got married, but after I got married, and I know y'all are probably like, well, why did you say that after you got married? Again, I'm not going to go through that story, but I will say this is, and again, I just kind of explained it, but I think that time will fuck you up, man. The longer you with somebody, the more you're invested into them, and the harder it is to just be like, you know what? I'm taking my 401k and I'm cashing it out. I know I put all this money in, but I'm finna cash it out. And it's hard. And then I would also say God. And I probably should have said that first, but God has a way of working on your heart and your spirit. And I know people read the Bible and they're like, oh, this scripture says this, so it's okay for me to divorce. I am not the judge nor the jury, and I am definitely not God. That decision is up to you. That is something that, I feel like can be turned around. I mean, when you are looking at things from a spiritual perspective as a marriage and what that means, and when you look at other people in the Bible who did things, and some of these individuals were apostles, these murderers and whores and da-da-da-da-da, and these same people had favor, and they had forgiveness. So people always ask, what would Jesus do, and how can you expect forgiveness if you can't forgive someone? I won't necessarily say that, but I do think about it, and I think that people can be forgiven, and I think that people can change. But again, I don't think that that's nothing to play around with. Don't put yourself through that. Don't put another person through that. Don't put that person that you putting into that situation to bring them some type of harm, or bring that other person some type of harm. Just stay away from all them situations. I think that's it. So let me get into this, and then we're going to get out of here. We done. Hope I did my due diligence. Like I said, this is a freestyle. I should have got me another drink, because the drink done wore off now. So, should have got another drink. Lamborghini _Mercy. Instagram. I think she on Twitter, but I think she got a different Twitter name. She said, when I asked the question, why cheat? She said, sure, I have no idea. Laugh out loud. I would sooner leave a relationship before I cheat. I believe in communication, so if I'm feeling like I'm not getting what I need out of the relationship, I'd have that conversation with my partner, give it some time to change, then bounce if it doesn't. Cheating is so selfish and inconsiderate, in my opinion. I've talked about that. I think I've kind of hit, and I would agree for the most part with everything that she said. I think I did pretty much say everything that she said. I guess outside of I'd have a conversation with my partner, that, well, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, yeah. Have a conversation about stuff that is pushing you that way or making you feel that way. Definitely have a conversation about it. So that's great. I think that you should lead a relationship and so on and so forth. Routes and relationships. The answer we hear most is men like new pussy and women are lacking something. Again, I already kind of talked about it. Ain't nothing better than some pussy except some new pussy. I think fellas have gotten this ingrained in their heads. I do question, is new pussy always better? I don't know. I've not played around with that, but single people, it's I don't know, man. It's just like, because it's something different, because it's not that same person. I think that's just like that's just like a thing, man. Just to have something new that is not the same. I don't care if it's new hair, if it's a beard, if it's a weave, if it's just, people like new shit. They like to feel like this is not something they've had before, and that it's different. And then you got people who want the same thing. And I know a lot of people say, man, how can you be in a monogamous relationship? How can you deal with having the same pussy and the same head and all of this forever? I don't know. Still dealing with it. Still working on it. I don't have an answer for you. It is a hell of a commitment to sit here and say, I am going to be faithful and honor this marriage and this union and deal with this same fucking person. deal with this same mother forever. Forever is a mighty long time. Shout out to Big Crit. I don't know, man. I think it's just something you do. You know, it's you got to take it a day at a time, man. It's not easy. It's not easy. Women are lacking something. So again, same thing I would say to women is that, again, will that fix your problem permanently, not temporarily? And then some women would be like, well, I just want it fixed temporarily. I don't think you do. I think women want permanent fixes. Women, you would prefer that this is this and this not this, so you wouldn't have to do that. So I think that you should seek that and not get so caught up in whatever is lacking. It's just like, hey, everybody ain't for everyone. So this might not be the person. As much as you want to make them into the person, that's another thing you got to be careful of, is like, what are you projecting versus what's reality? Because you can sit here and try to dress a pig up, but it's still a pig. And it's only so long you can deal with that shit before you be like, let me go fuck with something that's not a pig. Dose of Inspiration 246. For me personally, I don't think there is any justifiable reason. Strong. Why not just in a relationship? That's a question. Yeah, I know stuff happens and sometimes you make a mistake, but if it's something that's ongoing, you really need to sit down and think, why the hell am I in this relationship, or why am I doing this? Listen, always articulate. Dose of Inspiration 246 on Instagram. Routes and Relationships on Instagram. That's short and to the point. Make perfect sense. You know, people get caught up. I understand it, but don't get caught up to the point where you gotta cheat on somebody. Just don't do it. You know what I mean? Just don't do it. Anonymous. I feel you. Honestly, I don't know, man. Men, we get so easily tempted. I wish I could answer that wholeheartedly. Speaking specifically to men, I don't like that narrative that men are the only, gender that think about sex as often as we do. I don't like that narrative. I feel that temptations are different for men and women, but generally I think it's the same shit, man. I think if women were honest, man, they would say, again, who they want to fuck, who they want to marry, who they want to kill. You know, I think if everybody was just honest, but it's not. Again, women, I think, are the biggest liars in the world. Okay, they be sitting there telling a nigga that they don't want to fuck them when they really do. Like that whole playing hard to get. I'm not talking about nobody that's trying to rape you or somebody that's being offensive. I'm talking about you women out there that play these games to get a nigga to pursue you, and you finally give up the pussy when you really wanted to give it up anyway. Like, yo, just stop playing the games and let's move on. You know what I mean? Just give me the pussy and let's go. So I, that's my thought on that. I think it's both people, men and women, are easily tempted if you know the right thing to use, if you have the right tool. Sometimes the wind blows the right way, but it's on the person to figure out what they're doing and why. This is still from Anonymous. Wind, I will say, is, I would attribute that more to women. I think women's minds change as much as the wind blows, and pleasing women is not fucking simple. It is very fucking complicated, and I don't care what you, I'm a simple woman, I just want this, and this, and then when you get that, and then you start figuring out other shit that you want, and then when you get that, you figure out other shit that you want, and then you be like, oh yeah, I forgot about my needs, and I need this, and I need that, and I feel like that shit is like the never-ending story. Like, you give a woman what she want, you give a woman what she need, She finds something else to complain about. She finds something else that she wants. She finds something else that she needs. I do believe that men are a lot more simple. And women say it all the time. We simple. We not stupid. We not making it complicated. I want a woman that cook breakfast, that fuck me good, that suck me good, that is faithful. It'd be like some of the most basic 5 fucking things in the world or whatever. And then someone would be like, well, you give a man all of that and he still cheat. Fuck that nigga. Again, I've been talking about this whole time, man. I don't think it's right. So if that person got somebody that's good to them, you are a fucking idiot if you decide to cheat them. If you decide to cheat on them or leave them, you're an idiot. So that's on you. That's all that's all I can say about it, TG knows curls. I just learned that this means the girl knows curls. I think yeah. I got some questions about that cliche. I'm sorry. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly, but I got some questions about that. I don't know why people decide to cheat. My only thought is that people have no self-control. Again, talked about self-control, and I have to agree that these individuals have little to no self-control, or they are very self-aware. And again, it is that selfishness, that greediness, that addictiveness that they, just have to have whatever they want to have. It's one thing to think that someone is fine, but to act on your feelings, I will never understand. Again, I think that a lot of this shit for men and women, it is emotional. It is feelings. It is not simply physical. I don't think the semantics work that way. I think that everybody has it wrong when they try to just pin it down to some simple shit like that. I think that there is definitely more to it, and I think that there are definitely more feelings involved in that. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I mean, now when she's, I obviously, I understand. Again, temptation is real. I understand full-heartedly why people do it. I don't think it's right, but I get why people do it, man, and it's it's no different. Like I say, man, you can slice it however you want to slice it, but it's no different than smoking weed or anything else that's not good for you. People can say, well, pussy is good for me. Well, if it's so good for you, you probably wouldn't hide it. People have to have self-control. Beautiful people are everywhere. I agree. I think that there's always going to be something new under the sun. There's always going to be something new to look at. Somebody new that's getting your attention, that's getting your interest in. You have to have some level of self-control. All right. This is one of my longer episodes. That is the end. I am done. I appreciate those of you who contributed to the show. Thank you. This is AJ. This is the What We Gonna Do podcast. Again, you can find me on social media at What We Gonna Do Pod. Visit podbean.com/What We Gonna Do for a free 30 days of unlimited hosting. Visit patreon.com/What We Gonna Do if you would like to support the show. Email me whatwegonnado@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or concerns. Remember to like, share, retweet, subscribe, review, all of that good stuff. Give me all of that. I'm on Google Play. I'm on SoundCloud. Not really on SoundCloud. I'm on iTunes, Podbean, Acast, TuneIn, Radio Public, and wherever else you can find the show. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I appreciate all the new fans. I appreciate all the new subscribers and all you old folks too. Y'all know I appreciate y'all more than anything. Y'all keep me going. Y'all keep the show going. Y'all keep talking to me. Keep sharing with me. Let's keep connecting. I want to see everybody grow. I shout out to all of y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out this thing. Shout out to everybody that's got this many listeners, this many followers, this many listens, this many whatever. You hitting all these milestones. Shout out to you. Alright, I'm gone. Peace.